I'll admit that I am not well versed in the world of visual novels at all. I mean, I played like DDLC and Danganronpa. I know. Here we go. But if he started talking to me about Clannad or Fate or School Days, I'd immediately go find a trusted adult to speak to, especially for School Days. Honestly, it's probably better to say I've just never played visual novels. I've always meant to check more of them out, especially ones like Ace Attorney and Your Turn to Die, because I really like this for some reason. But it's always felt like such a commitment to pressing the spacebar for 50 hours when I could have been doing the same thing but in Persona.
I'd hit it.
Long story short, one day I had an epiphany and realized that just replaying all my favorite games and rewatching all my favorite shows might not actually be the best use of my limited time on Earth. There's a lot of cool shit out there that I've been missing out on because it took me until the big 2-0 to realize this. Maybe I can spare a moment or two to get into more visual novels. Perhaps one of the classics. Class of 09. I can't think, I can't read, I'm stupid. I'm literally sorry. I don't know why I picked this over actually anything else. Well, maybe not anything else. Class of 09 is a comedic visual novel about these edgy high school girls who do drugs and manipulate and bully kids and have dark humor. The shame I felt playing this game is like the shame you feel eating a fucking Jack in the Box taco. It was a lot, okay?
Oh, no. I'm fucking Jack in the Box.
It markets itself as an anti-visual novel, where instead of being the stereotypical OP Giga Chad who gets laid and saves the world, you're the sociopathic white girl in a generic 2000s American high school.
I'm an abysmal bitch.
Fucking cool, rock on.
The "it's not a dating sim, it's a rejection sim" thing had me thinking it was gonna be a meme where like dudes would try to hit on you and you just have to figure out how to reject them. But I guess that's just a little too much gameplay. It's pretty much a standard visual novel in that regard. Except instead of choosing which anime girl to date, you get really fucked up options like this, or this, or this. I do think it's better off this way. Just as a major shitpost, it can actually be pretty funny. Well, it's funny until it's not and just becomes really fucking weird. But just be patient, we're not to the feet yet. I want it now! The art style looks like one of those anime OC generator websites. Like, what is this Picru shit? The series was developed by SBN3, and the second and third entries were published by Wrath Club, like as in Lyle Wrath. Not important, I just had no clue he was part of this. The first Class of 09 game released on June 10th, 2021 and got really popular because of course it did. Out of context clips of the insane dialogue circulated around online, and including the context does not make anything any better.
You're feisty. I like that in my female student.
The sequel came out on June 1st in 2023, and it's pretty much just more of the same thing. There's a lot less choices to make than in the first, so it feels more like watching drama unfold at PNG High School rather than actively participating in it. Opening the game, the first thing I noticed was this deftly hidden disclaimer letting us know that all of the characters are at least 18 years old.
You are saying this to a 16-year-old in the girls' locker room.
The game starts with our self-diagnosed sociopath protagonist Nicole introducing herself and her truly unfortunate life. Growing up, her family moved all around the country because of her mom's constant divorces and remarriages. She was a lonely kid up until high school when everyone started talking to her because she became pretty. Her life was almost normal until her brother got the family evicted, and she didn't want to leave the school she was at and her good reputation there, so she just stormed off to her dad's house, which is right down the street apparently.
And boom! A gunshot! My second Christmas killed himself!
And she didn't have very good timing. And to top it all off, the note her dad left blamed her. So basically, her childhood sucked a lot and really screwed her up, and as we'll see throughout the games, she's like actually evil. But honestly, almost everyone in this game is. They're all manipulative, egotistical, bitchy, sadistic, masochistic, sex-crazed addicts, and they're just dumb. They're all stupid. And literally every adult male is a pedophile.
This might sound fucked up, but I'm almost happy our gym teacher was a
And one of them's a professional racist.
Do you enjoy being white?
If you choose to play along with the creep gym teacher, he takes Nicole back to his house and kills her. The principal does not care. Her mom does not care about 90% of the shit she deals with at school. And her brother is a 26-year-old Xbox gamer who messages 15-year-old gamer girls online. He's checking all the boxes. Even though she rides around on a high horse because she hates those horrible people, it almost feels like more of an excuse on her part to be horrible herself. She uses her looks and status as a pretty girl to manipulate and bully the other kids because she likes the power trip. And this isn't like surface level bullying. Shit gets taken so far sometimes. She goes to incredible lengths just to get back at someone, and it never seems worth it. Pretty much every route involves someone's life getting ruined or ended in some way. Sometimes she talks about herself like she's the leader of some grand ideological movement, and it's like, be fucking so for real right now. What are we doing? I could easily keep this going. This discussion could be the video itself. But I'm so done talking about this chick. We've got bigger fish to fry. Her best and probably only actual friend is this blonde chick named Jekka, short for Jessica, of course. And while she's just the tiniest, littlest bit better than Nicole, she's still pretty messed up. Aside from her drug problem, something every character seems to be dealing with, and her dysfunctional family, something every character seems to be dealing with. She's actually not afraid to stand up to Nicole when she starts doing too much. Like when Nicole unironically goes around talking about the power she has as a girl after she gets Kyler to beat the shit out of the nerdy kid without even promising him anything in return. Jekka tells her that the way she's processing this is scary, which, yes, it happens a lot in the re-up. Like when Nicole goes to jail for selling drugs in PG County for community service hours and compares her mom yelling at her to the other inmates with actual real-life issues. And Jekka's like, you live in a cul-de-sac?
You sold crack to a pregnant woman because your mom was mean to you?
I'll talk more about her once we move on to the third game, but for now I really want to mention some of these side characters. That dude Kyler I mentioned is the MVP of this entire goddamn series. This guy is so fucking funny. He's the epitome of dude bro. He is every dumbass jock character's worst traits mashed into one incredible being. Whenever I saw this guy's PNG slide onto the screen like an invincible fight scene, it was like jingling keys in front of a baby. He'll do absolutely anything a girl tells him to, like destroying the photo lab or jumping off of a roof and dying.
He really jumped!
He's a lacrosse player too, which is just the cherry on top of it all. Crispin is one of those guys who tries hitting on Nicole, and he's just so pathetic.
Oh, hey, what's up?
What the fuck do you want?
He talks to Nicole once in the girls' bathroom of all places, and he starts sending her pics like, god damn, dude. Of course, Nicole's first thought is to send it to everyone at school like that old-ass British PSA video.
He then got one from a man he didn't know.
Past this, I can't even say that much about him. He just exists to get shit on.
Oh, hey, didn't know you worked here? That's pretty cool. I should come here more often.
Fuck off! Die! Kill yourself!
Jeffrey is the anime-obsessed nerd-fucking dweeb of the school. Depending on which route you take, he either white knights for Nicole, gets his ass kicked for creeping on her, or becomes an actual school shooter. One time he somehow gets into the girls' locker room with an entire film camera and takes a picture while Nicole is changing. He doesn't get to develop it though because Kyler trashed the photo lab. See? It's all connected. Of all the weirdos in the school, Jeffrey's definitely the most vocal about his proclivities.
I want 40-foot tall women with cat features to step on me.
There's a lot of other characters too, like Emily, this insane chick with violent outbursts who Nicole can form a suicide pact with, Ari, the gay girl who Nicole can fake a relationship with, Megan, the theater girl, Karen, the nerdy girl. But this isn't a full retrospective. I'm here to talk about this.
Just resume snuggling my cheeks up to these cute little toes.
Okay, we finally made it to the meat of the video. This is what we've all been waiting for. The Flipside is the third and final Class of 09 game. This time around, we get to play from Jekka's perspective and just where to even start. This game is like one part vent piece, one part retaliation against the fanbase, and one part barely disguised fetish. The previous two games were over the top and fucked up, but the level of absurdity combined with the fact that they're video games where you can make choices really take the level of seriousness down some notches. As funny as it is to say, they really were like an actual critique or satire on edgy teenage shit from the 2000s. But the flip side is like SBN 3 became the very thing he swore to destroy. It's not that I think any of the stuff that happens in this game really went too far. Honestly, I don't think it's any worse than the other ones, but it's how long the game lingers on this shit that ruins it. The second game had less choices than the first, but while playing the flip side, I forgot making decisions was supposed to be a thing you can do. There's literally 5 choices to make, and that's an issue because without the gameplay element, you're literally just sitting there for an hour straight watching teenage girls step on dudes for money, or get literally screamed at by their dad, or get trafficked. And of course, the teachers are still creeping on all the girls.
You're still doing the foot services, right?
And like I said, it's not that in the context of this fucking series that this shit can't be funny, but it just keeps going. The foot thing is funny like once or twice, but by the third time it's actually weird. This background art isn't helping either.
Enjoy those feet, Piggy.
Nicole!
What? I think he likes it.
I'm mommy's piggy.
And when Jekka's dad is screaming at her, it feels like when you go to your friend's house and they start arguing with their parents. Maybe this is all in my head, but compared to Nicole and her mom arguing, this just feels a little too real. I think it's that Nicole argues back and is practically unaffected, but Jekka just breaks down and begs to not get hit. But then it's all funny again when they say some shit like this.
No, I'm sorry. I'll buy the Food Network. Just don't hit me.
She's not a sociopath like Nicole. She's actually affected by the things that she has to deal with. And it's a thing where it's not as funny anymore when the main character is just in distress the whole time. I've been jumping around a lot, so let's slow down and go through the scenarios specifically. When the game begins, you can choose between starting at home after graduation or back in school during the events of the previous games. Choosing to start from home, Jekka's dad tells her that he and her mom are divorcing and Jekka needs to get a job to make up for the lost income. It seems like her dad might dislike her mom just a little bit, so he really does not want Jekka to end up like her.
How about I knock a tooth out every time you act like your bitch whore mother?
She goes around applying for jobs, her dad starts hitting on Nicole somewhere along the way, and then she gets a crappy job at the diner. One day, she runs into Jeffrey, who decides to come clean and tell her that he was really into her during high school. Well, no way around it. His favorite feature of hers is her feet. He offers $200 for her to step on. He offers $200 for her to step on him in the bathroom at Starbucks, and it happens. See, this first time it's funny. It's weird, but it's still funny. This is like Jeffrey's biggest development as a character. Listen to him, he's so happy.
I'll just resume snuggling my cheeks up to these cute little toes.
It's only about
Anyways, this gets Jekka fired from her job, so she just becomes a full-time feetmeat.com girl. Her clients include this nobody random-ass kid from school, Kyle, who wants to buy her new shoes and pay extra to hold her hand, and this strange older man named Krusty Cormac. Later on, Mr. Burladay and Mr. Laurie try to get in on it too, but that's where Jekka draws the line. Eventually, Nicole finds out about the whole feet meat thing, and you can choose whether or not to let her in on the business. If you do, one thing leads to another and...
Oh, you girls spoil me so good. I knew things would get better after high school.
This is... not porn. Nicole ends up becoming the number 3 girl on feetmeat.com and starts to see clients on her own without Jekka. She drugs Jeffrey and then kills him.
Don't act like you're not glad he's dead.
This isn't even her game and she's still getting dudes killed. If you refuse to let Nicole join, Jekka goes and sees Jeffrey on her own, gets stalked by her teacher, fills the game's quota for Yuri, gets stalked by Kyle, Jeffrey, and another one of her teachers, and then walks in. She walks in on Nicole with her dad with her foot in his mouth.
Oh no, she caught us. Why the fuck are your toes in his mouth?
Nicole has always been vocal about her hatred for creepy old men, but now that she can get paid for it, I guess it's not that big of a deal anymore. To be fair, that's not necessarily out of character.
I'm definitely happy our gym teacher was a pedophile. Do you see all this cool shit we bought?
Jekka goes on to take herself out of the game not too long after. Ooh, what the fuck was that? Oh. And back when Jeffrey first approached Jekka about the whole feet meat thing, you can decline and make her go get a normal job at FYE that leads to her and Kelly discovering a huge secret warehouse full of illegal materials. And Kelly gets shot and Jekka gets trafficked. Ooh, what the fuck was that? It doesn't matter that it's satire. It doesn't matter that it's Class of 09, and this dude Jeffrey is on the floor of the Starbucks ladies' room paying $200 to get stepped on. Fetish content made as a joke is still fetish content. It's funny once, and then it's just not a joke anymore. And the whole thing with Jekka getting trafficked, like wow, why? I know it's been going on for a while at this point, so I'll get through the school scenario as fast as I can. After the usual Class of 09 BS, Nicole gets her and Jekka tickets to a Marilyn Manson concert, and her brother gets arrested for being too good of a gamer.
I didn't do anything wrong! Tell it to the judge. That girl barely looked 12!
The next day at school, Jekka agrees to date her civics teacher, Mr. Katz, for a better grade, and you get to choose between that or going to the concert. If you go to the concert, Jekka takes a bunch of Benadryl and sees the Hat Man, and now she still needs to get a job. This time, she decides to dye her hair black so she can work at Hot Topic. The job sucks so hard that she constantly goes to parties and gets more and more messed up every time until eventually, while driving home drunk one night, she crashes head on into Ari's car while she was delivering pizza, and then she dies. If you choose to date Mr. Katz, it starts to become too much for her to handle, so she goes to the school therapist and accidentally tells her that she's been dating a teacher for a better grade. When her dad finds out, she runs to Nicole's so she doesn't get beat, only to find her hanging in her room. And along with the note that she left, this connects to the route in the first Class of 09 where Nicole was too nice to everyone. And that's it for the flip side. Alongside the 5 endings, there's also these really creepy ARG style videos and this final message from SBN3. There was stuff like this in the re-up too, and I don't really get it. For some reason, I can't see Class of 09 as anything more than a massive shitpost, but I suppose that there is a deeper meaning here if that's what you want out of this.
Just resume snuggling my cheeks up to these cute little toes.
I know that there was a lot of straight chatting in this video, but when it comes down to it, I honestly do kind of like this shit. It's really funny at times. And even though they're all horrible people, the characters are far too likable for their own good. With that being said, the lack of choices in the Flipside make it feel more like a lecture rather than the silly parody visual novel about a trashy American high school in 2009. It feels like they progressively lost the plot as the series went on. Still funny as fuck though.
And the skee-ball machine? Don't take it too hard, I make everyone look trash at it.
All of this behavior is telling.
Yeah, tell it.
The Flipside was billed as being the final game in the series, but the Class of 09 Instagram did recently post some cryptic teaser that may be a new game in the works. There's also a handful of animated shorts that are pretty funny too. Somehow it's 2026 and this is still going. I just hope that going forward they tone it down with the feet stuff, but realistically it's Class of 09, and was it ever that serious?
Am I gonna step on you or what?
The most amazing words a woman can say.